is happening today is not just a minor dispute. It is a very large, dangerous transformation. A transformation that had been simmering for many years and has now erupted before your very eyes. The tension between Iran and Israel is reaching its peak. And this time, the reaction is not limited to mere words or threats, as it was in the past. Iran has done what many analysts had feared for years, and now those fears have taken the shape of reality. In the past 24 hours, Iran has launched more than 50 ballistic missiles at Israel. Many of them were directed at Israel's key military and strategic locations. Israel has claimed that most of them were intercepted. But what is significant is that Iran has, for the first time, carried out a direct action of this level, clearly signaling the beginning of a new policy. This attack is not just a response, it is a message. Through this storm of missiles and silence, Iran has told the world that it will no longer rely solely on resolutions and protests. Now, it will carry out retaliatory action, and in a way that its voice and echo will be heard in every diplomatic forum around the world. The most important aspect of Iran's changing attitude is that this time, instead of directly challenging America, it has adopted a cautious diplomatic approach. It seems Iran wants to make it clear that if America stays out, this war can remain limited to Iran and Israel. But if Washington chooses military intervention, then this war will cross Middle Eastern borders and turn into a global conflict. Strong reactions have also come from Russia and China. Russian President Vladimir Putin called Israel to condemn the attack and termed it a violation of international laws. China also issued a strongly worded statement calling Israeli aggression dangerous and irresponsible. This time, it is not just the Arab world, but major world powers are openly stepping into the field, which could further expand the scope of this war. And here lies another key point, that as Pakistanis, we must remain vigilant, because if there's any country likely to be the most impacted by this war, it is Pakistan. Because Israel's policy has always been to weaken or restrict the only nuclear power in the Muslim world, Pakistan, in any way possible. And the past alliance of Israeli intelligence agency Mossad and India's RAW stands as proof of how seriously these two countries are operating against Pakistan. At this moment, Israel and India are on the same page. What India is doing in Kashmir, Israel is doing in Gaza. Genocide, media control, labeling the oppressed as terrorists. All of this is driven by the same mindset, the same agenda. Now that Iran has exercised its right to defense, the world's eyes are also on Pakistan. Because if Iran's resistance weakens, the next target could be Pakistan. But it must be remembered, Pakistan is not the name of a weak country. We possess the world's most advanced missile system with a range of over 7,500 km, capable of reaching Israel with ease. And our armed forces are not only highly trained, but also driven by the spirit of faith and equipped with modern technology. We have always proven that if our sovereignty is challenged, we do not stay silent. In the current situation, one more reality is clear. This war is not only being fought on the battlefield, but also in the media, at diplomatic tables and within global narratives. And if Muslim nations remain divided even now, then in the future, they will be weakened one by one. This is the time for the Muslim world to unite, to move beyond statements and form real, practical unity. Pakistan must remain extremely alert. We must strengthen our diplomatic strategy. We must consider defense cooperation with Iran, and internationally we must raise our voice against Israel's growing influence and relations. Because this war is not just Iran's war. It is a war against an ideology that wants to keep Muslims divided, weak, take control over their resources. If we remain silent today, then tomorrow this fire will be at our own door. Iran has taken the first step. And the world has seen that it doesn't just issue threats, it takes action. Now the decision lies with Pakistan, Turkey, Saudi Arabia and the entire Muslim world, whether they want to remain spectators or play the role in history. Time is very short, the challenge is great. But if we to wake up now, no power can bend us. World is changing. We must change too. And while this war may seem distant, its echoes have reached our ears. Now we must decide. Will we only listen? Or will we respond as well?